What are the different types of PhD? Now, in this video, I'm going to go over three different versions: PhD by publication, by program, and by project. Now, PhD projects are the ones you probably most typically heard of. These are the ones which you'll typically find on websites that are advertising, such as Find a PhD. Now, they can be funded and they can be unfunded, but they are typically born of someone else's idea, and it's something that you then interpret. Now, in that case, what you'll have is might be a large grant that someone's got and they want a particular element to be explored in more detail, and that's why they're bringing on a PhD student. You're going to get the doctoral training, you're going to be able to take the research in your own direction, but it's largely based off someone's own research idea, and that's the experience for a lot of PhDs. My own PhD was a PhD project. Now, the program side, this is where there'll be institutions that have multiple programs per year where they advertise opportunities to study a PhD within their institution. These are typically where you can propose your own project. So you have an idea, you have something that you're interested in, and you're pitching to various supervisors, faculty members, and so on who you want to potentially supervise you on that project. Now, in this case, you've got to typically find someone who's an interested party in your body of work and ideally an expert in the field who will support you through that. Now, it will have typically a more structured approach where they'll have more coursework, more elements to really refine you as a doctoral student, whereas a PhD project is typically lent more towards solely focusing on the research with elements of coursework or training in between to help really improve your skills and experience. And that will tend to vary by institution in terms of how they deal with that. And equally, teaching responsibilities will vary more by institution rather than by route. Then your last version is PhD by publication. Typically, this is more explored by individuals who are already in work in some capacity. Now, whilst this is equally something that you can do outside of the workplace and do it entirely independently, this is where you have to sign up with an institution, but you are signing up basically to get the full PhD granted once you publish a certain amount of academic papers. So typically, they've got to be in the same field. They have to be in a similar vein of thought so that they can link together as if they were one large manuscript. And typically, you are looking for anywhere at least 3 but closer to 5 research papers that will get accepted in more reputable journals that you've typically paid for. Again, you can use doctoral loan funding to support you in that endeavor, or private funds. And typically what you can get at the end of that is you have a full PhD in a particular topic which you've pitched, and ideally got some support from a senior academic to act as your supervisor,